Welcome to Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron. This video will explain the fundamentals of gameplay. For a hands-on tutorial, play the first mission of the campaign, where you can learn the history of the Renegade Squadron. Capturing command posts is your primary objective. Blue command posts belong to your faction. Red command posts are under the control of your enemy. Neutral command posts appear white. Anyone can claim them. To capture a command post, stand near it and defend the area until you have converted the post to your faction's control. As your faction captures more command posts, your dominance on the battlefield increases. Capture all the command posts or reduce enemy reinforcements to 0 to claim victory. The reinforcement counter at the top of the screen indicates how many additional troops are available to each faction. The blue numbers represent your faction's available reinforcements. The red numbers indicate your enemy's forces. Defeat enemies to reduce your opponent's reinforcements to 0 and claim victory. All of your enemies are indicated by red arrows above their heads and by solid red circles on the overhead map. Press the fire button to shoot your primary weapon, like a blaster rifle or shotgun. Press the secondary fire button to use your grenades, your power-ups, and other weapons. To help aid in defeating your enemies, use the lock-on button and fire your weapon at the same time. The longer you hold the lock-on button before firing, the better your aim will be. You can use vehicles and other tactical weapons to help you vanquish your enemies in Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron. Simply walk up to a vehicle and press the Enter/Exit button. You can only get in vehicles and turrets that are either unoccupied or occupied by a teammate. You will know when an enemy is in a vehicle by the red indicator on top. You will be able to target and destroy an enemy's vehicle or turret the same way you would their infantry soldiers, by holding the lock-on button and firing. Heroes also play a key role in instant action and galactic conquest game sessions. As you play, you may earn the right to play as an iconic Star Wars hero or villain. By pressing the Accept button when the prompt appears, you will instantly transform into the hero or villain that is assigned to that map. Be warned though, each hero comes with a price. You will only get to play as the hero for as long as you help your team achieve victory. You must defeat enemies to prolong your experience as a hero. Also note that as a hero, you cannot drive vehicles unless you are playing a space map. In conclusion, here are the basics you've learned for playing Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron. Capture command posts to help push your enemies into retreat. Monitor your reinforcement meter and be mindful of your enemy's meter as well. Use your primary and secondary weapons to defeat enemies. Use the lock-on feature to better target enemy infantry and vehicles. Use vehicles as necessary to help vanquish the enemy. When playing as a hero, be wary of the hero meter and be sure to help your team by defeating opponents. All of these tips will help to make you a more experienced and more lethal member of the Renegade Squadron. Now, get out there and fight! In Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron, you have complete control over the way your soldier looks and the equipment that he carries. First, let's look at the customization menu. Here you can equip your soldier with unique combinations of weapons, abilities, and power-ups. However, you only have 100 credits to spend, so you'll have to make sacrifices somewhere. As well as choosing your primary and backup weaponry, you can upgrade the basic attributes of your soldier, making him tougher, faster, or able to capture command posts more rapidly. If you skip the customization step when respawning, you'll have the same loadout that you last chose, so don't worry about having to equip each time you spawn. However, don't be afraid to go back to this menu and try new things, and find the combinations that work best for you. Every customization option is useful in certain situations, so assess the battlefront and choose your equipment accordingly. As well as customizing your soldiers' equipment, you can also personalize their appearance. This is the personalization menu. Remember, the options on this menu only affect how you look, not how you run, move, or shoot on the battlefront. You can choose from a range of body types and heads for your soldier. Personalize even further by choosing different colors for his uniform. Your AI teammates will always wear your colors. Any tanks or spacecraft you enter will also use your colors. You can also select a squadron insignia to represent you on the battlefront. Just like the customization menu, the options you choose here will be remembered until you decide to change your appearance again. Personalization options are faction-specific, so you could decide to have red as a squadron color when playing as the Rebels, but black when playing as the Empire. On space missions, you spawn in your capital ship's hangar. There are a number of smaller craft that you can walk up to and enter. Once in a spacecraft, accelerate to takeoff and leave the hangar. You can move freely in any direction in space, but if you leave the battlefront, you will be killed for desertion. Accelerate and decelerate to control the speed of your craft. If you need an extra bit of speed, you can boost for a short period of time. This will drain your boost meter. Performing stunts also drains your boost meter. Stunts can help you shake off enemies and any homing missiles on your tail. Now you're ready for combat. Cycle through the available targets until you find someone you want to dogfight with. If your target is in front of you, they will be clearly marked by the frame. If the target is off screen, the red double arrows will point towards them. If you're having trouble finding your target, you can use the autopilot feature to move your craft to face the enemy. With a target in your sights, fire your lasers, but be careful not to let them overheat. Some craft have proton torpedoes. These fire in a straight line, unless a lock-on has been achieved. Then they home in. To get a lock-on, get close to the target and keep them in your sights for a few seconds. The aim of space missions is to destroy the critical systems on the enemy's capital ship while preventing them from destroying yours. Bombers are good at taking out critical systems, but they are slow. Each type of craft has strengths and weaknesses, so experiment with them all. Most critical systems are external, but there are also some inside the capital ship. You can land on the enemy's capital ship and sabotage it from the inside. You can land manually if you wish, but there is an auto-dock feature available. Auto-dock can be activated when near a hangar, and it will fly you smoothly into the capital ship. Infiltrate the capital ship's interior and destroy internal critical systems like the shield generator, but be prepared to meet resistance. With the shields down, external critical systems will be vulnerable. Once the last system is destroyed, you are victorious. There are many modes of play in Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron. The standard game type is Conquest. In this mode, there are a number of command posts spread across the map. Your goal is to capture these command posts by standing next to them for a few seconds. Of course, your enemy is trying to do the same thing. If you own more command posts than your enemy, you will start to drain their reinforcements. This is the way to win at Conquest mode. There are also a number of Capture the Flag variants. In one flag mode, there is a neutral flag in the center of the map. Your objective is to pick up this flag and take it to the capture zone in the enemy's base in order to score a point. If an enemy picks up the flag, kill them and take it for yourself. One flag mode is available on all space maps and some ground maps. In two flag mode, you must steal the enemy's flag from their base and return it to the capture zone in your own base to score a point. At the same time, you must defend the flag in your own base to prevent the enemy scoring. If you are killed and drop the flag, it will return to its spawn point after a few seconds if it is not touched by you or one of your teammates. Also, you cannot drive ground vehicles or use jetpacks when carrying a flag. Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron also features a brand new game mode, Hero Capture the Flag. The rules are the same as in two flag mode, with the twist being that you can pick up your own flag to become a hero. As the hero, you are the guardian of your team's flag. You can't capture it, just try to keep it safe. Use the hero's strength to support your teammates. Hunt down the enemy hero and kill them so they drop their flag. Beware, the enemy will be trying to kill you and take your flag. As a hero, you cannot carry both flags at once, so you will need the help of your teammates. If you are not the hero, concentrate on killing the enemy hero. Pick up the flag they drop and return it to your base to score a point. If your own team's hero dies, try to pick up the dropped flag before the enemy does. If you return the flag to your base, you will become the hero yourself. Whatever the game mode, the most important thing is teamwork. Galactic Conquest is a turn-based strategy game in which your goal is to take over the galaxy. At the start of the game, you will be given a random group of planets. One of these is your home planet, signified by the crown. The blue planets are yours, while the red planets are your opponents. The other planets are neutral and can be captured by either side. In each turn, there are 4 phases: treasury, purchase, movement, and reinforcement. During the treasury phase, you are awarded credits for each planet you control. There are 16 planets in total, and each planet is in one of 4 quadrants. If you control all of the planets within a quadrant, you will receive bonus credits. During the purchase phase, you can use your hard-earned credits to reinforce planets with extra troops. You can also purchase technology upgrades to give you an edge on the battlefront. And commanders can be hired to provide you with various bonuses. There are 4 commanders per faction, and each is assigned to a random quadrant. You can only hire the commander if you control all the planets in that quadrant. During the movement phase, you can move troops from one planet to another. You only have 1 move per turn. Select a planet to move your troops from, then select how many you wish to move. Then choose which planet to move your troops to. If you select a neutral planet, you will immediately occupy it. Should you choose an enemy's planet, then get ready for battle. The defender starts with reinforcement tickets corresponding to the number of troops assigned to that planet. The attacker starts with reinforcement tickets corresponding to the number of units that were moved. Depending on the planet, a ground or space battle will take place. This battle takes the form of the standard conquest mode. The battle is won in the usual way, by capturing and holding command posts and whittling the enemy's reinforcement tickets down to 0. If the attacker is victorious, control of the planet changes hands. If the defender is victorious, the attacker loses all the troops they committed to the assault. The defender retains control of the planet, but with a smaller troop count, depending on how many were lost during the battle. The number of reinforcement tickets the attacker had at the point when the battle ended determines the number of troops on the newly owned planet. After the battle, the attacker is allowed to move units from one owned planet to another during the reinforcement phase. Reinforcements can only be moved to a given planet from an adjacent linked planet. After the reinforcement phase, the player's turn is over. It is now the enemy's turn. Ultimate victory in Galactic Conquest mode is achieved by capturing the enemy's home planet. Conquering a home planet is tougher than normal, because you must fight and win 2 consecutive battles. First in space, then on the ground. Should you succeed, the galaxy is yours.